Hello friends, today our topic of discussion is lethal gene. We are discussing our module first, that is the genetics. Today we are on part 14, that is the lethal gene. So lethal, what basically lethal means? Lethal basically means death causing. Okay? Lethal means death causing. Any normal gene or allele, it can become lethal. Any normal allele, it can become lethal allele when it becomes lethal in presence of mutation. Okay, mutation you all know very well. Mutation is a sudden genetic change in single nucleotide pair. Sudden change in a nucleotide level. Okay, that is the mutation. So we are talking about the lethal gene. So how it comes? So it comes from normal allele, or you can say gene. So when there is a mutation with the normal allele, it will finally convert into lethal gene or lethal allele. So we can say this lethal gene, these are the mutant form of gene. Mutant form of any gene. Mutant form of gene you can see. Okay. So lethal gene, it is always death causing. So I am going to discuss, yes, one thing more I want to discuss here, that when this normal allele it will get converted into lethal allele, this is necessary. This allele is necessary for survival. Okay. Suppose this any allele, that is the A. Okay. This capital A is necessary for survival. But in this case, no any single A is present. So this one become lethal. This one be lethal. So this normal allele means this allele is very much essential for the survival. So if this allele become mutated, so finally what happened? This allele will get converted into lethal allele. Now I am going to discuss about the types of lethal gene. So what are the types of lethal gene? Yes, lethal gene, it can be divided into two groups. First one, dominant lethal. Okay. And second is recessive lethal. Both are lethal, it means both are death causing. But how can we differentiate between these two? That is the dominant lethal and recessive lethal. So, if we are talking about autosomes, dominant lethal is further divided into autosome and sex chromosomes. Okay, and this one is also divided into two parts. Okay, so I am talking about autosomes. If I am talking about autosomes, so dominant lethal, so only three genotypes are there, either this or this in autosomes. So this is a type of dominant lethal. It means in dominant form they will cause death. That is, means I told you that this allele finally causes death. It means dominant lethal means when they are present in their dominant form, they cause lethality. Okay. So when they cause lethality, when they comes in dominant form, not in recessive form. So these both cause death. Okay. And what about this? This is the recessive now. Not any dominant allele is here in this genotype. So this progeny will be live, no death. Okay. If I am talking about recessive lethal, so these type of genotypes are there also. So recessive lethal means when they are recessive, means both the alleles are recessive, they cause death, and these both are live. Okay. This is about the sex chromosome. And what about, this is about the autosomes. Now, what about sex chromosome? Sex chromosome, you all know that this is the XX, female, and XY is the male. So, dominant lethal means they will cause a disease when they both are in dominant form. That is the sickle cell anemia or thalassemia. These all are the X-linked recessive. Okay. So, in this case, so you can say that dominant lethal in XX chromosome, it can cause the disease in hemizygous condition. Because in hemizygous condition, both allele both the allele can come na, means capital A and small a, means this will have a chance in which case? That is the hemizygous condition. Okay. Now this I will discuss in detail later on. I am going to discuss about the autosomes only here because this will create confusion. So here I want to discuss that which is more commonly exist in the population. Which of the lethal gene is most commonly exist in the population? So dominant lethal, all are dead, na? Maximum are dead. It means less existence. You can write less existence. And what about this? More existence. Why more existence? Why more existence? Because in this case, more existence because these two are live, na? There is more probability of, this is only 1/4. Okay. And what about these two? This is the 3/4. So this one, the maximum population, that is the 75%. And this is only about 25%. Na? So only in the population, only 25% population will become die. Na? That is the, hence why that is more existence. Here, many of the population is living. But in this case, less existence. And it is easily eliminated. If we are talking about the elimination you know? Yes, one question I want to ask you with you people that why these sex-linked recessive disease are not finally eliminated from the population? Yes, because of the heterozygous, because they act as a carrier. They are helpful in spreading the disease because they carry a allele for that defectiveness. Their phenotype is normal, but they have one allele that is the defective and cause phenotypic differences. Okay. So this is the less existence, more existence. Next point, which will be easily eliminated? This will be easily eliminated. Easily eliminated. Why so? Why it is easily eliminated? Because 75% people will become die. Okay. So elimination means removal. So here 75% are going to die. So in this case, easily eliminated. It is not easily eliminated. Not easily eliminated. Why? Not easily eliminated. Why? Because these carrier, this will provide shelter to heterozygous. These are heterozygous, na? These all act as a carrier for spreading of disease. Now I want to discuss some of the diseases with you people. That is, one disease is first disease is sickle cell anemia. First example is sickle cell anemia. So it is what? Recessive lethal or dominant? It is recessive lethal. So you can say hemoglobin normal and hemoglobin sickle cell. If we are performing a cross between these two, so two genotypes will occur, na? Hemoglobin normal, hemoglobin normal, hemoglobin normal, hemoglobin sickle cell, hemoglobin sickle cell, hemoglobin sickle cell. Okay. Yes. Here you can take it this way. Hemoglobin sickle cell. So this one is only defective, na? In this case, this one is a defective because sickle cell anemia. This one is recessive lethal, not dominant lethal. So you can say very easily that in this case, this population is 3/4, and what about this? This is the 1/4. So we can say 2:1 ratio of lethality. 2 means what? 2 are surviving, only 1 is going to die. First example is about sickle cell anemia. Second example is about thalassemia, or you can say beta thalassemia. It is also recessive lethal, not dominant lethal. Why it causes? Because it causes due to the frame shift mutation. Frame shift, you know, if there is only single nucleotide change, adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine, okay, if one nucleotide is inserted between these two, guanine and adenine, that is the cytosine. So all the frame will shift. Now one codon is this, one codon is this, and when this inserted to ATC, next will be GCA, and next will be AG, and whatever it is. So when due to point mutation, frame shift mutation occurs only due to point mutation. So in this case, beta globin gene, that is the beta thalassemia, there is frame shift mutation in which gene? Beta globin gene. In which part of gene? Beta globin gene. So point mutation, due to this point mutation, frame shift mutation occurs. Because if we are inserting a single nucleotide or we are deleting any single nucleotide, complete frame will shift towards backward, or it may shift towards the backward or forward. Okay, so anything will happen. It may move toward backward or forward, whatever it is, but it will cause a frame shift mutation. This one is the second example of recessive lethal. This is the beta thalassemia. Next example is congenital ichthyosis. Third one is congenital, that is from birth. Congenital means from birth. Ichthyosis. In this, what happens? Skin deeper grooves. Skin deeper grooves are there. Chance of infection increases because it is recessive lethal also. So next one is leaf color in a snapdragon. So many examples are there, you can discuss. You can see in the books also, because you have to know only the basics, what is lethal and what is normal. So yes, 2 points I told you, dominant lethal and recessive lethal. Which one is more exist and which one is easily eliminated? You have to remember these 2 points. Now I am going to talk about recessive lethal. Something more about recessive lethal. So many examples you can see. You can search on Google or on any books you can refer. Now I am going to tell about the recessive lethal. I discussed earlier, but I am going to discuss in detail right now. Recessive lethal, I already told you recessive. Lethal means this one will live, this one will live, and this will become dead. So what about the X-linked? This one is about autosomes. We are talking about X chromosomes. Okay. So X chromosome, suppose this one is affected, this one is affected, this one and this one. These both are normal. It may cause death, means, but it will normal. Why it is normal? Because I told you in recessive lethal, when there is a case of sex chromosome, so it will cause defect only in hemizygous condition. This one is the hemizygous condition. Recessive lethal expressed in hemizygous. Okay. So if dominant allele, that is the 1:1. These are normal, and this one is also. This will only defective. Because recessive lethal, it will cause defect in only hemizygous condition. Hemizygous you all know. Okay. Hemizygous means one allele is defected and another is not defected. That is pure. So if I am talking about capital A, small a, capital A, small a. So there will be capital A, small a, and small a, small a. If this is autosome, recessive lethal, this will become die? No. This will become die? No. This will become dead. Okay. So it is all about the lethal gene. You have to remember the key points only about the lethal gene. That is, it may be dominant, it may be recessive. And next point, the dominant, which is easily eliminated. You have to remember. Which is mostly found in the population. You have to remember this persistence or existence is there. So it is all about the lethal gene. It is very easy topic and very much interesting too. It will this discussion will help in the competitive exams also. So if you feel any problem in this topic, you can write me in the comment box of this video. You can write me in any comment. And if you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share the video. Thank you.